Hello, today's reading is brought to you by one of our wonderful CTE students here at Park Elementary School. They are going to be reading to you from our Michigan Reads One Book, One School program book, The Lemonade War, written by Jacqueline Davies. These chapters are read with the permission of the book's publisher, Harper Collins Publishers.
Negotiation. Evan looked up from the marble tract when he was building. When Jessie walked in the front door, she looked hot, she looked sweaty, she looked happy, really happy. Like she just got an A+, or like she just won a war. "What are you smiling for?" asked Evan, holding a marble at the top of the track. "No reason." Jessie put her hands on her hips and stared at Evan. She looked like one of those goofy yellow smiling faces, all mouth.
"Well, quit looking at me, would ya? It's creepifying. You look like you're going to explode or something." Evan dropped the marble into the funnel. It raced through the track, picking up speed around the curves. It passed with the flywheel, sending the flags spinning, then fell onto the final drop. When it reached the end of the track, it went sailing through the air like a beautiful silver bird and fell short. The marble landed on the ground instead of in the bullseye cup. Evan muttered under his breath and adjusted the position of the cup. "Race the end of the track," said Jessie. "You'll get more loft." Evan looked at her angrily. The marble had fallen into the cup the last 10 times he'd done it. Why did it have to fall short the one time she was watching? "Don't tell me what to do," he said. Why was she smiling like that? "I didn't tell you what to do," she said. "I just made a suggestion." "Take it or leave it," she turned.
Walk up to the stairs, Grumpmeister Fink. She tossed over her shoulder. Evan threw a marble at her disappearing back, but missed by a mile. He hadn't really been aiming anyway. He just wanted that feeling of throwing something. He's been feeling the need to throw something these past 4 days. Fink, that was the name of a character he made up when he was 6 and Jessie was 5. That was back when Mom and Dad were fighting a lot, and Evan and Jessie had to get out of the house. They scrambled up the climbing tree. Evan had his branch, Jessie had hers, and waited it out. Sometimes they had to wait a long time, and once when Evan was thirsty and impatient and cranky, Evan had said, "Be quiet, I'll tell you a story about the Mr. Fink." Mr. Fink was a man who was cranky and mean and made everyone miserable. But deep down, he wanted people to love him. It's just that every time he tried to do something nice, it turned out wrong. Evan had made up a lot of stories
about Mr. Fink in the tree, but after Dad left, there weren't any more stories to tell. No one in the whole world besides Jessie and Evan knew about Mr. Fink, and Evan hadn't thought about him in years. "Hey," he said sharply. He heard Jessie stop at the top of the stairs, but she didn't come down. "Do you want to call this whole thing off?" he asked. "What?" she shouted. This lemonade war," he said. "Call it off?" "Yeah," he said. "Just say nobody wins and nobody loses." Jessie walked down the stairs and stood with her arms crossed. Evan looked at her. He missed her. He had spent the whole third to last day before school started by himself. It stunk. It totally stunk. If Jessie had been around and they hadn't been fighting with each other, they could
have played air hockey or made pretzels or built a marble track with twice as many gizmos that launched the marbles into the bullseye cup every time. Jessie was very precise. She was a good at getting the marble to go into the cup. "What say?" he asked. Jessie looked puzzled. "I don't know," she said, frowning. "You'll see. Megan kinda well." Evan felt his face go hot. Megan. Every time he thought of her throw, got all squealed and scratchy. It was like an allergic reaction when he accidentally ate shrimp. "You told Megan about everything?" he asked, feeling itchy all over. "No, well, what, everything?" asked Jessie. Evan thought she looked like a fish caught in a net. You did. And suddenly Evan knew exactly why Jessie had been smiling when she walked in the door, and why she didn't want to call off the war. She has done it again. She figured out some way to show the world just how stupid he was, like the time he come home with 100% on his
weekly spelling quiz, the only time he had ever gotten every word right, to find that Jessie had won a statewide pottery writing contest. He'd thrown his paper into the trash without even telling his mom. What was the point? Evan didn't know how, but somehow Jessie found a way to earn more than $103. She was going to beat him, and Megan knew all about it, and she would tell everyone. All the girls would know. Paul would know, and Ryan, and Adam, and Jack. Scott Spencer would know. Can you believe it? He lost to his little sister, the one who's going to be in our class. What a loser. You know what, he said, pushing past her. Forget it. Just forget it. I said anything. The war is on. On. Prepare to die.